The PFL heavyweight division is screwed thanks to Francis Ngannou. What's going on, everybody? My name is Sidewalk Closed. I run a podcast with my buddy Muddy Wolf every Wednesday where we talk about all things MMA, all things sports and news. And I wanted to say the PFL has royally fucked themselves with this Francis Ngannou-Ferreira fight. Because where do they go from here? Think about it logically. Ferreira was their 2023 heavyweight champion. He beat Bader, who was their two-division champion. So who do they have now that could challenge Ngannou? And the answer is nobody. The answer is nobody, and that's why you see the PFL president going on to say, John Jones, calling out John Jones, you need to come over here and fight Francis Ngannou, because they know that they have nothing left for Ngannou. They can provide literally zero for Ngannou at this point. Where do they go? Do they give him Bader, who just lost to Ferreira, who Ngannou just beat the shit out of? Like, that would be silly. Where do they go from here? I just don't understand it. And I see this talk of a crossover fight, MMA, UFC versus PFL, and it's just not going to happen. The UFC isn't going to let it happen. John Jones isn't going to let it happen. Even Ngannou is saying, hey, I think this John Jones fight could happen, because that's the only thing they can talk about at this point. It's not real, it's fake, and they're trying to make it happen. I'm telling you now, it will not happen. PFL and UFC crossover, that shit's not going down. The only way this shit, farcical, unbelievable nonsense will ever happen is if Ngannou's out of his contract with the PFL or John Jones is out of his contract with the UFC. There's not going to be a crossover. The PFL has fucked themselves. They should have done another tournament where it could have been Ngannou versus Bader and Ferreira versus some other bum. Let Ferreira beat the shit out of this bum. Let Ngannou beat Bader. And then you have Ferreira versus Ngannou, and it's hyped. It's much more substantial. You had a 2-year type thing. But now, there's nowhere left for them to go. And if there is, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know down in the comments below who you think Ngannou is going to fight next. Because I think they've backed themselves into a corner and they have nothing left.